What's going on, people? Welcome to the full view. Welcome to United View. I didn't forget to add everyone in. Like, everybody was basically taking bets on 365 that I wasn't going to add everyone in. I didn't. Do you know what I mean? Full view settings, man. Big up to Faz, big up to DJ, big up KG, big up Cam, big up Owen, big up the community. You don't know where to start. What's KG? What are you doing?
Because he's looking at Cam. He's looking at Cam the whole time.
But why? Why are you looking at Cam? What's he?
I don't know why. He hasn't even done nothing yet, but I just feel like I should look at him, bro.
Pure intimidation.
You know what's mad? Do you know what's mad about what you're doing? I bet you're just looking at a wall, or you're probably you're looking at the clothes hanger.
Cam, can you look on your left? Can you look on your left? Yeah. Let's have a stare down. Let's have a.
You know what's so funny about this though? In real life, this is where Cam is for me.
Yeah. Same for me.
Oh, you're honestly. I don't get it. Yeah, I don't get it. He hasn't even done anything to you.
He hasn't. Just for the future. I'm just looking at him. I'm just looking at him for the future, just in case he says something I don't like.
Right, DJ said I'm gone, mate.
DJ's internet makes me sick.
DJ said I'm gone. He just
KG sympathizes. KG sympathizes with the internet as well.
Yeah, because literally, I don't know why I'm talking about people's internet when I've still got issues. But anyway,
exactly. Don't jinx your thing. But big up to the community, man. Big up to wherever you lot are watching from. Shout out to everyone. We're here for some more therapy, man. Some more smiles, some more laughs, because you know a lot of us have emotionally checked out. There's DJ. Let's get him back in. He's back. There you go.
Yeah, I couldn't hear anything.
Okay, that's fine. You're back. You're back in the room. Yeah, welcome to your therapy session, people, man. Get your comments in.
You put us back where he was because it felt.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I got used to it, innit?
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Is that all good? You happy? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Listen, familiarity. You want to be next to Cam in that position? That's fine.
I don't want to be next to Cam actually.
All right, cool. You could go then.
Baby, come on! I'm playing. Step overs.
Oh, mate. Big up to Victor. Victor says, big up the full view. KG season is over, man, says Harsad. KG versus Cam, the main event, says Lux Hill. And Swifty says, Flex, at some point today, you have to call Marcel. Marcel is watching. Yeah, big up Marcel. I know it's if people need to pick me up, Marcel's, you know what I mean. Sunday service of therapy, says Lucas. Yeah, exactly. Spurs won and now they are fourth as well. Which they, you know, that's what happens when you're serious about a top four race. You win 5-1 from 1-0 down. That's what you do.
love Spurs to win it over thingy though. Arsenal. I hate Arsenal that much. I'll take Spurs in that space.
Okay.
Go on, Spurs. Right. Do it. I hate Arsenal so much. I swear to you.
Yeah, but we're just not good. But today's show, what we're going to talk about, we've gone with nowhere to hide today. There's nowhere to hide. And the reason why I'm saying that, and I want to get you lot's thoughts on this, plus a little bit on Ralph's views on Eric Ten Hag as well. We're going to talk a little bit about that. But obviously the fallout from yesterday and the mood around the camp, I'm kind of glad Faz wasn't there because I don't think I could have stomached speaking to him face to face after that game as well. But nowhere to hide because there's 8 games left or something like that. And Gary Neville touched on it as well. And it was something that I was talking about with a couple of fans actually before the game, basically saying, can we just ask the question to Spurs, who are going to be playing today? Can we just ask a question to Arsenal, who are going to be playing on Monday, by getting 3 points against Leicester, what I mean, before the game? Can we just ask a question? We're outside favourites. Can we just show something? And we lose. We drew in that fashion. There's Liverpool, there's Chelsea, there's Arsenal, and there's nowhere to hide. And Gary Neville spoke about it, saying that these players can't wait for the season to come to an end quick enough. But we could just benefit with the games just stopping. But we're there. It's Man United, front row. That was a 5:30 kickoff. The whole of the world watching. Like, I don't know. Nowhere to hide, KG.
Starting with me, I'll say, look, we're rubbish. We're dead. We're finished. Our players. Do you know what my biggest bugbear is the fact that all of these players have chest to get international duty. That's when they want to start talking about the environment and what they're not happy with and this, that, and the other. Big man, you're responsible for the environment. What about what you're doing? Like, even I'm still not over Luke Shaw's comments as well, you know. All season, when was calling you Shawberto Carlos, you loved it. No one stopped calling you. You stopped playing like Shawberto Carlos. We can't call you something that you're not. That don't make no sense. And now you're saying you don't feel welcome. Bro, I want to know the fans that have been booing Luke Shaw, because I haven't heard it. I haven't heard in the stadium. That's it. That's an excuse, bro. And then after, obviously, Pogba's words, they're linked in with mental health, so I'm going to just leave that alone in it. But it's annoying. It's annoying. People leave Man United, go on international break, and they say and do a madness, yeah? And they perform for their nations even better, come back to Man United and they struggle. And it's like, I know that the fans are still cheering for them. Yes, on Twitter is where they all get the pelters and they get a lot of things. That's not an excuse to not turn up against Leicester. Not an excuse to not turn up against Watford. Not an excuse to turn all the games that we've lost this season. It's not an excuse. That's my thoughts.
Faz, how did you see it after the Leicester game? And do you think, my question is, I suppose, do you reckon that they can show something that resembles pride for these next 7 or 8 games or so? Tough games to come, nowhere to hide, like we've been saying.
I'm getting tired of repeating myself. I'm getting frustrated of predicting what's going to happen. I said it before. 0 points from Leicester game. 1 point might as well be 0 at this point. And the way the season is going or has gone, the way that the club is, the way that we hear things in the news, nothing can be expected of this team. As a whole, as a team, as a club, as a unit, nothing can be expected. I wasn't even at the game, and yet I watched the full game back. I replayed it back. I watched some highlights, etc., and you could just see that Leicester wanted it more. You could just see the way they played. In general, they played with a bit more oomph in their game. They played with a bit more confidence in their game, and we can break it down as much as we want. We can try and pinpoint as much as we want. It's the same thing again. And it's going to be the same thing again. And Mr. Ten Hag is not going to come and go Expelliarmus like that and make something happen. It's not.
A lot of people were saying that yesterday, yeah.
It has to be from above him. And when I say it, I'm the culprit. When I say we're not going to get points, I'm the pessimist. But hey ho, look what God done. Look what God done. Look at the result. Now, points still to be won, apparently. Really?
Faz, stick to it. Wait, but Faz, you got to stick to like one kind of analogy, because you can't be like witchcraft and God at the same time. It's a bit mad still.
No, I'm saying the way some of these, the way I'm hearing is like the fans aren't understanding. They make it sound like Ten Hag is gonna have this magic wand. Ten Hag is the guy. All this stuff about Ten Hag this, Ten Hag that. But do you not see what's on the pitch? Do you not see how the club is run? Like and that's why I'm saying we need God. We don't need Expelliarmus, whatever. We need God.
Harry Potter settings,
Cam, what I know you look at things from a tactical perspective. We went with a 4-4-2 against them. Again, Marcus Rashford left on the bench over 2 midfielders up front. Again, just like the Manchester derby. He can't get a look in at all. That says a lot. But tactically, what did you make of what Ralph tried to do? Is it beyond tactics for you, or was that a big fundamental? Because a lot of people I saw in the fallout of what was happening were questioning Rangnick actually yesterday for trying a 4-4-2 with 2 of our best creators up front.
I think it's beyond tactics, to be honest. And with Rashford, I don't know, he's finished, and he can't have any arguments about being on the bench. He comes on, and he doesn't run. Every single time he lost the ball when he came on, he didn't bother sprinting back. If you've just come off the bench, even if you're playing striker, you can sprint back. If no one else is, you've just come off the bench. You should be fresh. You've been at home for 2 weeks whilst everyone else is on international duty because you're not good enough. Run, at the very least, put some effort in, and he's not. The rest of it is tactics. Like, we'll talk tactics. It's beyond that. There's so many questions. You build a football team, so many layers. You talk about a wedding cake, whatever else. At the bottom is a technical ability. Are these players good enough to actually make a 5-10 yard pass to the right place? Some of them, no. But anyway, that's one level. Then you've got the tactical ability. Are they intelligent enough in the head to realize what the manager's trying to do, apply that in game? Some of them, no. Physically, are they good enough? Some of them, again, no. And then you look at the top mentally. The last piece in the puzzle, because that's the bit that says, when you go out on the pitch, are you able, in front of 75,000 people, are you able to do the stuff that you can do technically in training? Can you make those passes that you can do in training? Are you able to keep focus on the manager's instructions even when things get a bit complicated? Are you able to do your best and keep going for everything, go for 100%? No. It's 4 levels. That team isn't good enough. Tactics is just one of those levels, but sometimes you can have the wrong game plan. You can have the wrong tactical approach. But if everything else is right, you'll still get there. Everything's wrong. Even if you put the right tactics there, we'll still struggle because there's so many issues. You go through every single player in that squad on at least one of those 4 levels, there's a massive, massive issue with them. Every single one of those players. Even Cristiano Ronaldo. He may be brilliant on 3 of those 4 levels, but tactically, you can't deny it, there is a problem there. Scott McTominay, people give him a lot of crap for being bad technically. He's pretty good technically, I would say. Every time he gets the ball, he can do a lot of things with the ball.
Wait, go back to that Cristiano Ronaldo one. Sorry.
Yeah.
Where does he on that cake that he was making? Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you saying? Where is he lacking?
I think it's tactically. Mentally, he's fantastic. Technically, he can do pretty much everything you need to do with the football. I think in terms of confidence, composure, he's fine. Physically, he's absolutely fine. Maybe lost a bit of pace, but he's good enough physically. It's just tactically. He's not always making the right runs, not always doing necessarily what Ralph wants to do, pressing and stuff. He doesn't make the right decisions. And sometimes that's, I think that's just from the way he is. He's obviously...
He cleared that up quite nicely. To be honest.
Yeah, just want to
KG, he cleared it up.
You look at Scott McTominay, right? He gets a lot of crap for being bad technically. It's tactically. He is the worst player in that squad. Technically, he's fine. He can do pretty much everything he needs to do with the football. You can see him get out of tight situations. He can make some nice switches. He can make some good passes. Tactically, he's always in the wrong place. When we have the ball, when we don't have the ball, when his teammates have got the ball, he's always in the wrong place. He's hiding constantly. And that doesn't help. We can't play out of the fullbacks either side because Tellez is useless. Physically, he is atrocious. That's his biggest weakness. Dallo on the other side, he's okay at passing the ball forward.
He's garbage as well. God, Dallo's garbage.
Honestly, on the final third, he is garbage. But at least he's got 2 feet he can pass the ball forward with. Which is
here we go. Nah.
I'm not gonna let Cam. Don't let KG do what he wants to do.
No, he's not. No, I'm saying no because I know my player. Listen,
they're all garbage. Then they're all
if it was Godfather, I killed a lot of my kids yesterday. Family members got taken out. I got rid of Wan-Bissaka. I got rid of Rashford. I said if I'll put him on the transfer, I will put him on the transfer window. I'll just put him on. I'll list him. He'll be listed. I need a wicked offer though, so I'm not going to sell him. I'll be reluctant to sell him. But if a wicked offer came in, hold tight.
So if Arsenal come in with the right
not
offer.
them, no.
But why?
Money in the world.
Why not?
No, never.
Cut your losses and get rid. Honestly, at this point, KG, you said you know your players, but honestly, me, I don't recognize anyone. Probably except for De Gea and Ronaldo in that squad. I don't recognize anyone as a Manchester United player. I can't say to any of those players, you know what, you're my player. I can't. I actually can't. No. Bruno, what for? We gave him an extension and look what he did. We gave the man an extension. He should have got on the pitch happy. He's the first player to get an extension. He should have been gone, look at me, boys, smashing it. I did my individual targets. Look at me. I got an extension. More money. Let's go. But no.
I might get trashed for this, but I think yesterday was one of the first times I've seen Bruno actually play and not treat the ball as a bomb. Yesterday, he actually kept the ball. He wasn't wasteful. Didn't give it away anywhere near as much as he normally does. Yeah. And ironically, we didn't create much at all. So goes both ways.
It's that. Owen, do you want to come in on that? Because I mean that what Cam just said there literally encapsulates not only Bruno but just this football team right now. He just said, do you know what? That was the first time Bruno wasn't smashing 40-yard passes like a hot potato, just trying to get rid of it as quick as he can, playing Hail Mary, but we didn't create shit. But then when he does play like that, we play like shit, and he might create the one chance. I don't know. But where do you want to come in on it? Because there's a lot going on here.
Look, I sent you a message after the game yesterday, going like, I'm not even angry. You know what I mean? I'm so I'm so defeated at this point. Like the game happened, it was 1-1. I went, you expect it at this point, honestly. Like and that's a really defeatist attitude, I know. But going into the game, you have to almost try and convince yourself that maybe we could get a result at home to Leicester. Like you're having to sort of go, no, we could do it. It shouldn't even be that. And then when it gets to 1-1 and, could have been 2-1 to them at the end of the game, you're like, and that's what it is. And I know that before the game, it was really unlikely we were going to get top 4. I understand that, but there was still a chance. Like you said at the beginning of the show, make your opponents ask the question. You know what I mean? Just put them under a bit of pressure, but we didn't look like we even wanted to win the game until it was the last minute or the last 2 minutes. So like, we've got to win this game, guys. Let's put people forward. Apart from that, there was nothing. There was no impetus. The first half was awful. And if Eric Ten Hag's going to come in and they're talking about, people like Pepper saying that he could replace me at City because he plays a similar style of football to me, possession-based style. Not only would Eric Ten Hag just need time because you should give a manager time, but also he'll need time because he's going to have to coach players. I mean, possession football, they can't even pass the ball 5 yards, Flex. And they can't even do 2 passes together, let alone 70% possession, constantly dominating, playing in pockets, doing all that kind of. They can't do it. They just can't do it. So yesterday was just more of the same, just completely more of the same. It's like, man, if this was, and it's so disappointing because, this is, like I said, there wasn't a lot to play for anyway, but we're in a boxing match. We're just getting pummeled. Every time we even get back to a knee, we're just getting pummeled again. And eventually, when do you call it off? When do you just go, like, it's enough?
That's what we want to do. We want to do that. It's just you just can't. You just have to play the game. Yeah. I want to just wave the thing and just stop playing.
But the weird thing is that prior to like yesterday or whatever, it still wasn't completely over. You've been rocked a couple of times. You might have been knocked down a couple of times, but it's still like you're still going. And then like it's like the fighter just turned to the coach and went, "No, I don't feel it. Actually, I'm down. I don't want it." And you've gone like, "What?" And that's what it feels like. And again, I'm not even angry anymore. I'm so like defeated with it. I'm just like, whatever. You know what I mean? Game's over. Click telly off. Whatever. Because
just get on with your day. Yeah, a lot of people saying that. Yeah, just checking out. DJ,
like.
You was talking earlier before we started recording, saying that your son was saying.
Yeah.
Do you want to share what your experience was?
My son came up to me. He's 8 years old. He plays football. Left winger. He's good. I trained him myself. So you'll see the back of the name. You see his name soon in lights.
Sorry. No, he just plays FIFA and watches Match of the Day and that. It's not from you. It's not from you.
That was me that went that.
But you know what? He all jokes aside, he come up to me and he's like, "Dad, has Man United ever won the league before?" And I literally looked at him, and my heart broke. Literally, my heart broke, and I was like, "Son, we used to be that team. That team. We used to be."
Does he think you're lying? Team. Does he say, "Daddy, why are you lying?" Does he think you're lying? Or...
He's a bit skeptical. He kind of gives me the look like, "Are you lying?" Like he kind of gives me that look, and he's like, "Really?" And I'm like, "Really? Trust me."
You have to show him the videos to say, "Look, this is."
Listen, I've still got the '99 VHS cassette at home. I've still got that the whole treble season thing.
And he went, "What's a VHS?"
Doesn't even know what that is. Doesn't even know what that is.
He was like, "Right, Dad, this is the last time he was good."
Yeah. And then he said, and then you didn't say anything, just a tear came down like that.
Literally, it's one of the most painful things because there's a whole generation that don't know about Man United winning and dominating English football. Like it's crazy. And the game against Leicester, I'm not gonna lie, like I've just been, as everyone's been talking, I've just been collecting my thoughts, and really and truly, guys, like we have some real spineless coward players, like. Sure, like how can you go across to go for English international duty, and say all of this stuff? Like you are part of the problem, innit? Yeah. At Man United, every player there in I know they're a team, but they're also sort of self-employed, innit? Because they have to look after their performance, their health, their physicality, and all of that stuff. Some of the performances that Shaw has put in have been terrible, and I'm not just picking on him. He's one of the many. And all I would like as a fan, because we're getting shit from them, is a bit of accountability, right? We just want a bit of accountability for it, like to say, yeah, guys, you know what? I'm not really playing well this season, but I'm like just something. We don't need messages. No, don't need Twitter rants and all of that. They can use that platform for England and say, yeah, I haven't been good enough for United. That would be them taking accountability, and it runs through the whole team. And that's why now when they're on internationals, they want to run their mouth. I just don't understand it. Like, a lot of these guys are looking real sellable right now. I'm telling you, summertime, I would like at least 4 or 5 of those players that we considered main players, i.e. Shaw's, Rashford's. I'd love to see them go because it's time now to do a full proper rebuild. We can't take any passengers. We need actual men that want to come in and kick ball for Manchester United.
Yeah, there's just so much. There's so much going on. Like,
you know how funny
at
it
the
is.
football club. It's a joke. It's too much
Wait,
going
Flex, you know how funny it is? Him saying to his son, I got the VHS here in the streaming era is nuts. That's like,
insane.
That's like saying, bro, look at this black and white image. Saying, bro, that's his son won't understand that. Even
I'm saying his son won't know what it is.
For real.
No,
Like, look at the object and say, "What? I don't know
What
that
is that?
What
Where
do
does
you,
that go?
how do you extract information from that block?
Yeah.
What is
It's like
that?
looking at those. It's like we're looking at Man United title pictures. You know what those things called? You know when you put the goggles on, you have to click them, and you can see like the image.
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
It's like go look at the '99 season. All right, click. Oh, interesting.
But you know what that shows as well.
These are like shit VR.
What that says, you know what that says as well. As fans, we need to be now able to accept it.
Yes.
Accept that when Man United make a big signing, don't get excited. Accept that we're not going to be in Europe, or we shouldn't be in Europe. Accept that for the next 3-4 years, we want to build. Accept that we're not going to be going for title challenging seasons. Accept that when we play big teams, we shouldn't expect to just walk through them. And this is the type of mentality I have now. I said this to Flex a while ago. This is the mentality I have. I'm not just bluffing. I seriously saw this through time ago.
Faz, what do you say to
Haven't
the
we done that
people?
before,
What do you
though?
say? What do you say to the people, Faz, who would say to you, "It's a very dangerous thing, though, because once your expectations are gone, or once you drop your parameter or your bar, like sometimes you can never get it back." What would you say to them?
I would say acceptance is the start of building your success. You must accept that you are not where you deserve to be. You must accept that you are at a lower point of your life. You must accept that you don't have the facilities. It doesn't just go for football. It's like a personal, individual thing as well. You must accept, Marcus Rashford, that you're not good enough at the moment. My brother, you're not good enough at the moment. I love you as a Manchester United player. Honestly, I love you so much. Every single person on this panel, every single fan of Manchester United, we love you. But you don't deserve to get minutes. You don't deserve to play in England. You're just not a good enough player at the moment. And you must accept that, Rashford, and move forward and do something about it. You must accept, Ronaldo, that this is how Manchester United is. I'm sorry, Maguire, you have to accept. Glazers, freaking Arnold, John, every freaking person, fans, have to accept. Next time I go into Manchester United game and the other 75,000 fans, I beg you guys, please accept that we might not win.
Oh,
guys, you know what? Yeah, you know what? I'll just say this. I think that's brilliant in terms of acceptance. Yeah, it needs to be with the board and the higher ups, because every time Man United go into a summer or we talk about players coming in, there is always this kind of this automatic arrogance. Oh yeah, well, United, we can do whatever we want. We're not that guy no more. We literally aren't that guy no more, and it hurts. And I know Man United is big in name, yeah, but we're not that guy no more. It's clear to see. Fergie said many years ago, they asked him when he retired, "Do you think United's gonna go 10 years without?" And he cut the interview off, and he went, "Never. It's never gonna happen. It's gonna happen, Sir Alex. I'm sorry, innit? It's gonna happen, innit? Yeah.
Isn't that where the frustration comes from all of that? And I understand that going like, accept that we're not good enough and that kind of stuff. That's, but I think we have done that at several points over the last decade. We've accepted in certain seasons that we're not good enough and it's time for a rebuild. When it was, say, Louis van Gaal's first season, yeah, we made those big signings, but did anyone think we were going to challenge for the title immediately? I don't think so. It's because we have these builds up a little bit, like last season where we finished second, and you do the business over the summer and you think, actually, we might have just bridged the gap a little bit here. It's happened with Mourinho. Second season Mourinho. We were miles off it, but we finished in his second season. We finished second, and the thought was actually, something might happen, and then we can push forward. And it's just this dramatic collapse. And I think that's where it comes from. We get our hopes up a little bit, thinking that these glory days are returning, and then somehow it just gets worse to how it even was before. And it's just this cyclical nature of United that it's bizarre. Like, how many times have we seen this over the last 10 years of like a little bit back up and then just bang off the edge of a cliff? Like,
Cam,
and I think that's where it comes from.
Cam, I was in the fan views yesterday. Yeah, you know what it's like. You've been there. When someone's doing their interview, you've got people in the background kind of having their own sub little conversations, and not arguments, but disagreements, and just people, gathering football opinion and opposing. And there was I saw a lot of disagreements and stuff, and over like where to start. Like, new manager comes in. Where do you start to unpick this? One guy was like, I'd start at David De Gea because his distribution's not this and it's not that. And then he went on to say, I'd start with the whole back line first, all of it. Centre backs ain't good enough. The 2 full backs ain't. He just went like that. And then another guy was saying, nah, there's bigger problems. There's midfield. There's this, there's that, there's striker. Where would you start, Cam, if you were Eric Ten Hag, Pochettino, Enrique, whoever this new guy's going to be? Where is the most important place for Man United to start to unpick this? Is it even getting rid of people? Like, where do you start?
I think the first thing you got to do is identify how you want to play. I think we mentioned Louis van Gaal in his first season. We made a lot of signings. Van Gaal's first season, people knock it because the number of draws we got, the amount of boring football there was. But at least there was a process. You could see what he was trying to do. With the next manager, if we then gone and got someone who played a similar type of football, we could be so much further ahead of where we are right now. The important idea now is whoever you get in, make sure you know what they're trying to do, how they want to play football, and go and get players who fit that. It doesn't matter, really, if they're the players that we want to have in 3-4 years' time, starters when we're sort of aiming to go far in the Champions League. Go and get players who are the right profile, and then everyone else can build around that. Even if 3 or 4 of those players are players that we know we're going to replace in 2 or 3 years with someone who's elite and world-class, make sure we get the profile right, and then that player can become the rotation option. At the moment, we're trying to play too many square pegs and round holes. Scott McTominay is not a defensive midfield player. Cristiano Ronaldo isn't really a lone striker. There's plenty of other players in this squad who aren't playing in the right position. Diogo Dalot and Aaron Wan-Bissaka, neither are really good enough as a right-back for what we want. Right now, who realistically isn't the profile of keeper that someone like Eric Ten Hag's going to want. We've got so many players there who just don't fit. And until you sort that out, you can't go and revolutionise things. But I think at the same time, we're not actually as far away as we think. I think if we target in the summer a good striker, a good defensive midfield player, I think we've got enough. Maybe one central midfielder and hopefully a right back. I think we're close to where we need to be. Yeah,
we're not close at all. I think the biggest issue with Man United, and you alluded to it before, but it's our attitude in games. We a team, because we're good enough. Do you know what the maddest thing about Man United is right now? We're actually good enough to win, but the application to trying to win is the issue. These guys, we used to have a mentality. Come to when you play, come to Old Trafford, we're gonna give it for 90 minutes, guaranteed. We're not. We're getting players that are, I wouldn't say, there's some players that wouldn't even be able to walk into the Man United team that are having better games. We go to Newcastle, it's do or die. We go to Newcastle, it's like a big Champions League game. And we're saying to ourselves, wait, the application. Look what Barnes did yesterday. Are we going to sign Barnes in a few days' time? No, we're not. It's not going to be a player on our, but it's a player that had an application to wanting to get it done. Our players go missing, start hiding. I don't know what Sancho was doing yesterday.
He had a stinker yesterday.
I don't know what Sancho was doing yesterday. It's ridiculous. We're getting our own players tackling each other now. Elanga is a young talent. This is why this is the one thing that we've learned from in terms of supporting these players. We couldn't get too excited with Elanga. Elanga came onto the scene and then was like, oh, could he be generation? No, chill. Yeah? Let's just watch this guy develop. But this is the key element. We need to start turning up in games and applying ourselves, not just waiting for a goal to be scored before we realize, hey, maybe we should play football now. That is the key. These other teams are not better than us. You got West Ham today. Loads of teams are trying, bar us. It's disgusting.
But you see away from you see away from the effort side, the application that you're saying, that the desire to win. Yeah. That's one thing. 100% agree with you. But you see when you say like we're better than these teams.
Yeah.
My question is, are we though? Like, because individually, yeah. My thing is like, okay, if you take Jadon Sancho as a one individual, you say he might be better as a one individual than say Barnes or whichever winger it may be. Yeah. And then if you take, I don't know, on a good day, you say Marcus Rashford and you put him up against someone individually. You say Ronaldo individually, Bruno individually, yeah. But the team that we've assembled, because making the best team isn't about having the best individuals. Do our players complement each other enough as much as other teams do?
No, they don't, Flex.
Do you see what I'm saying?
They don't.
Like the cohesion between the players. So we can look at our team and say, that team there on paper should not be anywhere near Leicester's level. We should be doing that. That team there should never draw to Southampton at home. Look at that. You know, they got Che Adams up front. We got Ronaldo. So that shouldn't happen. But, you know, we got Rafael Varane at the back. They got Salazar. Like, you can say these kind of things. But if you think about the cohesion that follow these other teams. So you might say, we got Barnes. He's really direct. And actually, you got Kelechi and Nacho can sometimes get in behind. So that kind of works. You've then got Maddison on the right wing. You can kind of come infield. That links up. You got Tielemans, who's not great at getting up and down. But, you know, that running, we're going to bring Mendy in actually because indeed he's out. You know, we can accommodate these things because although these individuals aren't the best individuals, collectively, if you take them by themselves, they all complement each other in a working cog, no matter who plays. And Leicester haven't even had a good season. Southampton have been up and down. Wolves have been up and down. Wolves is the perfect example. I know we'll play 5 at the back. We'll stifle a lot of teams. João Moutinho ain't got the best legs, but we'll protect him. So all we need is 2 central midfielders in Neves and Moutinho, and we'll just dictate games. We get wing backs pushing up high. You know what I mean? We'll have Nelson Semedo bombing on. We'll get some tricky players who are all quite comfortable with the ball at their feet, like Trincao, Podence, and Neto will do that. And one focal point in Raul Jimenez. Like, there's just a clear system on all these other teams apart from us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It is. There was a graphic yesterday I saw like after the first half, and it was like the average position of the player in that first half, and it should roughly give you the formation that we're playing, right? It was just, you know, scattergraph. It was literally just points on. It was nothing. You could not tell, and you could look at that. And I've seen some people on social media look at that and go, well, realistically, then, like, what's the difference between Ollie and Ralph? Because it's not actually that much different. And you do look at the sort of how we're playing now, and it's similar. But I look at it as Ralph came in, he tried. Because he tried to implement a style of play.
Yeah, he did.
And essentially, he got rejected by the players. That's what it feels like. The players just went, no, we're not doing that. 100%. And now that's why he's gone from 4-2-2 to 4-3-3 to 4-2-3-1 to sort of yesterday 4-4-2-ish with a false 9. Yeah, I understand injuries and all that other stuff. But realistically, Ralph, how United are playing right now is not Ralph Rangnick's ideal vision of football. He's just
Jurgen Klopp wouldn't do that. Jurgen Klopp wouldn't have. No. Look when Klopp had all them injuries. He never went to a 5 at the back last year. He never went to a 4-4-2 or a this or that. He played the same 4-3-3 the whole time, even when they had to play man like Nat Phillips and that Williams brother at the back.
And that's what I mean. And that's my point with Ten Hag is that if say it is Ten Hag that comes in, or whoever it is, to be fair, comes in, like, they've got such a challenge on their hands, not just because of the pressures and the structure at United and all that kind of stuff, but they're going into a side where the precedent has been set of, it doesn't matter how you want to play football, because if we don't like it, we're not doing it.
Bad eggs, man. You know? They're bad eggs. They're bad eggs.
And that's something challenging to overcome. Now, it could be slightly different because Rangnick, you know, he's interim and maybe it's, you know, it's a 10-year kind of situation. Maybe.
On that, then, do you reckon that they're doing this purely because this man is an interim guy and he can't really do anything to me? It's a supply teacher. Do you think this is the reason why they're not right? Because we saw them work hard. Crystal Palace for 45 minutes. We saw the press for 45 minutes, maybe 75.
No, it was 30.
It
was
the
first
30 minutes. It was 30
minutes, bro. You're adding on some real pressing minutes. You're putting in some real extra. Yeah, some real more pressing that wasn't really pressing.
I know some of those Peloton minutes, KG, I'm telling you. How long did you go for today? About 40 minutes.
Man's adding on them minutes, bro.
Right. You know,
it's 70 minutes, you know.
When you look back, it starts to, you feel like that game was way greater than it was. But hey.
Faz, where would you start? Where would you start if you was to unpick what's going on? Because someone said actually during the comments, big up to them, they said, Flex, you just got to start at the top. Which obviously, ideally, yes, we want to, get the Glazers out. You want to change the people making the decisions. But I meant in kind of like Richard Arnold's going to be the guy. He is the guy. So when the new manager comes, he's going to be working under Richard Arnold and John Murtough. That's just what it's going to be. We don't even know, actually, if Ralph is going to be this director of football. And apparently, this guy could have some part-time job where they call him a couple times a week. I read.
Consultant, bro.
So where would you...
I said that before, remember? I said, what is the description of a consultant? To consult on when asked. Not just, walk in and decide on things. You tell me when I ask you if I'm confused or I have a dilemma. Other than that, be quiet and collect your paycheck. If you ask me what I would do in let's say I walk in and I have to work with John and Arnold, the first thing I would do is control what's within my control. And that is clear out the whole coaching staff. I don't want these lot. This set piece man. There, the door. Go. Darren Fletcher, I beg, stop putting the cones out in training. Please, go.
Rubbish.
Nah.
Sorry.
Mickey, please, thank you for your services. See you later.
Rubbish.
Physio, whoever. Physio, doctors. You're signing my players off on illness when they're not in it. Go. Move.
Rubbish. I mean,
he's saying they're giving the fake
sick notes and
fake
that.
doctors notes.
Fake sick notes.
Go. But this is what I'm saying. I'll get rid of all of them. Some of the players, they have qualities. We know. We've seen them before. But I would get the hairdryer out. I would get the whip out. Because that is most definitely, I see Ralph trying to do some of that behind closed doors. I can tell the way he sometimes talks, the way he comes across in press conferences. He's got a bit of that in him. And we need a big character who can straighten up these players that have been just doing whatever they want.
Faz, how important is it to work with what's there to try and get more out of some of the players that we see as done? Because how many times has that happened in the history of just managers changing? Players that have looked awful for ages, or fan bases have decided they're not this, they're not that. New manager comes in and they do it right. How much of your time would you give to trying to develop what's there? I.e., give me till January with this lot. Don't sell anyone. Let me work with it and see. Or a couple of training sessions and no, out.
The manager, whoever comes in, they'll have a set squad in their head. And John and Arnold, I don't know how accommodating they will be to try and fulfill that manager's requests. So based on what he has to work with, the players, if they will listen to him, even that's another question of his own. If they will even listen to him, he's gonna have to freaking beat them into line, or else what else can he do? He has to beat Marcus Rashford into form. He has to discipline Luke Shaw into becoming a better wing back. He has to whip or freaking do something to Maguire. I don't know what he's going to do to Maguire. That's another. I don't know what he's going to do after yesterday's highlights I saw. I don't know what this new manager is going to do to Maguire. But they all have to. The manager has to do something to each of these players. Because if we're going to be stuck with these players, these same players are going to throw the manager under the bus again.
Sorry,
but KG, I know what you're going to say. I know what you're going to say. The image, the image of Faz with a hairdryer and a whip.
Them lot calling kinky Faz. This guy went from a bastard to being kinky in full in 39 minutes, bro.
I've had enough.
Going into the doctor's office, hairdryer and whip. Why are you writing fake notes?
Someone said get rid of the cafeteria person as well. These are getting too far. Wait, this is a serious question. Cam, you know what I mean? You can answer this one. Who do you think is stealing a living more? Yeah? Phelan or the set piece coach? No, this is a serious. Let's all
Phelan, bro.
Bro, we scored one set. We scored one set piece. In how many attempts? In over 100 attempts.
Oh, now they got the corner against Spurs as well.
Yeah, 2.
Oh my God! Let me.
On the real though, let's not a light deep dive though. But who's really stealing the living? Because feeling that he shows up to work, at least he's giving something, even though there's no real actions that he has to complete. Who's stealing the living, bro?
It's feeling, bro. That's the
Yeah, it's got to be feeling.
No,
but you can say, but at least you can say Phelan has some history and has won some stuff. Like he's been part of
But
something.
with the set piece guys, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's not
with the
doing
set
anything
piece,
about it, right?
with the set piece guy, wasn't United like, I want to say, second bottom when it came to conceding goals from set pieces last season, and now we're like we haven't conceded hardly any this season.
Yeah,
Isn't
Darren
that an
Fletcher was
improvement,
talking
you would
about
argue?
that. Darren Fletcher was talking about that. Yeah.
Whereas
He said
Phelan,
we're-
I mean, what literally does he do? In
no,
fairness,
I have to say something. My eyes opened a lot. I think I sent it in the group. KG wouldn't have seen it because he never looks in the group.
he
But
doesn't.
when we was at Brentford away, I was in the press bit behind the dugout. Owen, do you remember the video that I put? Because the players were in the changing room, and the guy who sets out the cones or whatever, he was putting out the balls and all that.
Yeah.
And then I just saw Phelan just there in the dugout, just on his phone, scrolling. No, I swear, I'm not even. No, you think I'm doing the thing? I'm not even doing the like trying to throw the. I'm just saying. I'm just telling you completely what I saw. I saw Phelan. So all the team is in there with Ralph and Fletch, whoever else, just doing team stuff. You're doing team stuff, yeah. Whatever it was, yeah. Because we came out. I don't know what they were saying because that first 45 minutes should have been 3-0 down. I swear to you, Phelan. He had his fingers crossed like that, and he was just doing this. He was going like that, just scrolling. I think he was just on social media chilling. Yeah, I think he was just chilling. Seriously, I think he was just chilling. So I don't know. Maybe it is.
I thought you were going to defend. I thought you were going to defend him, Flex. I thought that's where that
No,
was going.
no, I'm not
I thought you
defending
were going to
him.
defend it.
No,
I thought
I'm
you were going to
saying
go.
what I've seen.
You started off
So
with
at the
in
beginning-
fairness.
no,
I
'cause at
saw
the
him sitting on his
beginning-
own doing nothing.
Yeah. So while the team's preparing, if you're supposed to be who's the assistant man? We don't even know who the assistant manager is.
No,
Have you not seen?
Wait there, hold on a second,
when he's
guys.
leaning against.
Who's the assistant manager?
It's Chris Armas, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's Chris Armas. Oh yeah, I forgot.
No, but wait, this is another one as well. I found out recently, that we got Fletch as our technical director. Well, our technical director's kids don't actually come to the Man United Academy. He's actually his kids are at City. Do you know how mad it is where you're responsible for training the future? Technical director is supposed to be, developing the kids and this, that, and the other. Your kids are not even here, bro. You know that it's not good enough to put your kids here. They're at City, but that's your job. Like,
that's crazy.
You know how mad that is? That's
mad.
That is the part here. When I was like, I was on some Liverpool stream, and I was like, yeah, Fletcher's kids, yeah, they're at Man City, bro.
Really?
Not the technical director. His job is literally that's part of it with the youth, the framework.
You're saying he said to his own kids, "Nah, go City."
Nah, kids, listen. I know I'm technical. I know I'm in charge. That's like my missus being. My missus is one of the governors at my daughter's school. She can make sure what she's learning and this, that, and the other. Bro, he said, "I don't. No matter what I decide, I don't need you there." Go on, come on. I know
If that's true, that's insane.
But do you see, do you see that's what's wrong? Do you really see that even the staff members inside, forget the players, even the actual staff members upstairs and behind the scenes, even they themselves are a bit 50-50.
And that comes right.
Even they're not serious candidates.
What are you going to say, Cam? Sorry.
That comes right from the top. If the Glazers aren't spending the money, our academy is so far behind what City have done because of the amount of investment they've put in. 5 years' time, we'll see the train of academy players that they'll have. We overrate pretty much every academy player that comes through our academy. And you look at the likes of Chelsea, they've got so many that we don't hear anything about, and they're all playing Premier League level for lower down teams. It's people don't realise how big of an achievement it is to have any academy player that comes through and ends up playing Premier League football regularly. Whether that's to get a player who's capable of playing Premier League football anywhere in those 20 clubs is a ridiculous achievement because the number of things right the way through their career and development that have to go right is insane. To get a player that plays in the top 4 clubs or any club at that level is almost impossible. So when we're hoping for players to be that good, we've got the complete wrong idea. You've got to have a good train of players that come through constantly, and then we can do what Chelsea do, and you can have sort of 30, 40 millions worth of players being sold out every season because they're just not good enough for Chelsea, but they're good, they're fantastic Premier League players. Everyone who for us looks like they could play anywhere in the Premier League or even in the Championship, we overrate them massively. 3-4 years down the line, they're playing in League One, League Two. And that's all because we don't have that many players coming through. Firstly, and secondly, the investment in the academy is atrocious. It's been horrendous. The investment in everything, every part of the football club is useless, and that comes right down from the top. And if your technical director's saying it, it's not because of the work he's doing himself. It's not that he doesn't back himself. It's because he knows the facilities are 10 times better at City, and his kids have got a 10 times better chance of making it if they're playing there. It's not really.
So really, he's actually been a good dad, KG.
No, but you're the and I'm sorry as well. It's just true. He's Darren Fletcher's son is fully at Man City, bro. Okay. And yeah, just even on that, I know you're saying you're trying to be a good dad, but you're in charge now, bro. You're the technical director.
So he's saying, Raz, until I fix it, son. Like I've been brought in to fix it. It's horrendous. You stay there where it's good. When you're like, I don't know how old he is, but when you're like 15, like come then. What would you bring your son? Would you bring your son or daughter into this then? If you knew that over the road is better, but you're gonna fix it. You wouldn't.
My son ain't gonna wear no blue shirt anyway. I'll let him suffer with me at Man.
Or put it this way. Maybe put it this way: if you're the head teacher, well, if you're like maybe not head teacher, but deputy head teacher of a school, but you would know sending your kid to the school, the other school in town is better for it, even though you're working at the other school. Which school do you send it to?
Oh yeah, it's nuts. But then you got to say to yourself as a parent, it's nuts. Yeah, it's nuts. My head is Owen. As a parent, yeah, I'll be thinking to myself, "You snake, this school's not even good enough for your kids, but my kids should be here." Bro, you mad? Like if I found out about that, I'd be furious. So wait, this is not good enough for your kid. My kid has to study here. Wait, what's going on? And you have the power to change it. Big man, make the changes. I want to see serious changes.
Does he have the power to change it, though? Does he have the power to change it?
Then I don't know what technical directors are doing then.
Well, I would like Cam sort of say when it comes to finances. When it comes to finances, yeah, if he's working with, say, a budget that he's being given in comparison to, say, City, who are just pumping money into it, you know, you're always going to be far behind, aren't you? And also, I did like going back to that school analogy that you went, yeah, that's kind of wild. But if I'm another parent, I'm fuming.
You know what, Owen? I've not answered your questions for years, bro. I mean, he gets so upset as well. You know,
I was thinking about this year. This was just, you call it a little bit selfish. I was just thinking about it because nothing else to think about. If we go in the Conference League, yeah,
we want to make it to that.
Well, could finish 7th. Could. Wolves are a couple of points behind. Like we could finish 7th. It's very realistic that we could finish 7th or 8th or 6th, whatever. Yeah. But I just wanted to just talk to the community and speak to everyone. You know, I like, you know, making sure we're there, getting amazing content, just, you know, doing what we do. Do I go to the Conference League?
What?
You must. Yeah, you will.
3 o'clock. 3 o'clock on Tuesday, bro. 3 o'clock.
I don't think there's flights. And then you have to go 4 days early, probably.
Oh.
You like one of those like documentaries, you know, when you're in like a really small sort of train car and you're sort of.
I'm gonna. If that was to happen, obviously I'm trying to foresee things. A lot of people say no. I'll just put it to the community. If they want to see United View out there in the Conference League, we do it. If not, then yeah, maybe not.
Oh, Flex, you can't tell me you're at what do you call it? You're at Thingy Park. You're at some park in Belgium.
But you can't. But you can't also be like, right, I'm just going to start going now because we're back in the Champions League. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
If you're going to be, I guess, committed, you've got to be committed.
This is very true.
There's also, I guess, a bit of a, you know, you get what you deserve, right? If Man United deserve to be in the Conference League, they deserve to be in the Conference League and everything that goes with it, right? You can't be snobs. When it comes to football,
I'm on that. Carl Pilkington settings, idiot abroad, mate.
Exactly.
I'm on that. I will be on that. I like a challenge. So everyone's saying no, don't do it in the comments. But
you got to do it.
I will. It was just something I was thinking about just because I just thought, right, we're really close to 7th.
But that's acceptance.
Yeah,
you've accepted that that's where we are, you know, and that's the type of content we have to look at and consume until we become that team again. And until then, we are this team.
It just is what it is at this
point. It's one of the stages of grief. You just got to accept it.
It's true, though. It's true. That's what we're kind of going through right now, just all this grief. And, you know, obviously we was talking about what would we change if we was given the power, what would we change? I'd change the players. Like like seriously, because I'm just seeing a pattern emerging here. You know, things ain't going well. Players start talking out, down in tools, and that's what they are doing. They are down in tools. You know, did it under Mourinho, like they're doing it now. They did it kind of under Oli. Some tried to fight his corner, but there was a large section of them that did it under Oli, and I think it's going the same way with Ralph. So there's some bad eggs in there. No matter if they're our favorite players or what, they just need to go in it. Like there needs to be a total revamp now. Total revamp. For real.
If I was to say to you guys, these are from Rwano. If I was to just read these statements of what he was tweeting, I just want to get you guys' reaction. Rangnick has spoke we'll start with you, Faz. Rangnick has spoke very highly of Erik Ten Hag with Man United's board. He is helping in the process, and his opinion is absolutely positive on Ten Hag.
Sounds like it's his best mate that he's just trying to secure the job for, in all honesty. That's how it sounds like. He knows him personally. So, yeah, I'll recommend him. You know, he's my boy. I've got him on WhatsApp. I'll recommend him. That's what it sounds like. Really and truly, how much does Ralph actually care about Manchester United, seen as he's come as a supply teacher, like KG would say? How much does he actually care for the future of the club when he's just come here for a short period of time, go upstairs for 2 years, collect some checks, get off, you know? Look at what Van Gaal said. Yes, I know why Van Gaal is poking his nose into this business, but look at what he said. He's an extremely established manager, and look what he had to say about the club. So actually, now that I'm a bit sus about these two's his recommendation about Ten Hag coming to the club. I don't want Ten Hag to come to the club anyways, but this is a bit like.
Who do you want?
I've said it from before. I'd rather have Luis Enrique. I'd rather wait it out. I'd rather give Ralph a whole season. For some reason, it also seems like Ralph don't want the whole season. That's why he's like, yeah, get Ten Hag in. Let me go upstairs. You know, my career's coming to whatever. Let me go upstairs. Let Ten Hag come and deal with this shit show. I want Luis Enrique. I want Luis Enrique.
With those Ralph reports, sorry, Faz, with those Ralph reports, though, I just shake my head at them because it's not even like a week ago that it's come out going, Ralph's got no influence at United. They're doing their process without him. So all that kind of stuff. So how can a guy who openly, he's not going to get, like, this is the other one. It's like, oh, he wants a director of football job. Well, he's not going to get it because we've got a director of football and they're not going to give up some of their power anyway, are they? It's Murto, Fletcher. They're in the roles. He's not going to go into like a deputy director role. His role is going to be as a consultant. That's how United see him, for better or for worse. So Ralph can give his opinion, and maybe he has given his opinion, but I really don't think it means anything. So when I see those things that like, oh yeah, he's recommended Ten Hag, they're like, okay, but we're doing our process. They've said that like a million times. We're doing our process. We're following our process. We're interviewing our people. Ralph can maybe say, you know, oh, I recommend Ten Hag. Honestly, I reckon like Pep doing his interview the other day when he said, I tell you what, Ten Hag could probably take over from me at City. That probably did more to the recruitment process because they went, actually,
100%.
You know what? You know what? Maybe we do get him. You know,
typical United. Yeah,
honestly, I honestly believe that he's already got the job, and you have to follow through. In the NFL, I think something happened with one of the he's the coach of the bloody hell massive coach where Tom Brady used to be first. Damn
Belichick.
Patriots.
Belichick. There you go. There was one time Belichick sent a tweet out or a text to one of the coaches saying, "Yeah, congratulations, you got the job." You know, if you're in an interview process, you can't just, I can tell you got the job, but it can't be worldwide known because I still got my interview, right? And it has to look like a fair process. You know, nothing at Man United is fair. He knows he's got the job. Ten Hag knows he's got the job.
You think?
His comments the other day,
he knows.
Yeah, I saw that. He's talking about the fans.
He knows he's got the job, and you still need to make sure that you interview everyone. You have to make it fair. That's the rules of this thing. Even though it's like even in like, let's say if I go out for a role, like I've already been earmarked given the role, they still do auditions for it. People still read for it. Pointless. It's mine. You know what I mean? But it works like that. It works like that. So now we have to play it out the way. So because Poch is still going to make his slides and that. He's still going to come with a presentation of what I want to do here. And maybe you might say something. You might say
PowerPoint. Next slide, please. Well, he's going to have the little clicker. He's got a little pen.
He's got his clicker. Every click he knows, they're not even bloody listening. Quick.
He's going to come in a Windows XP, brother, and just do the little...
Yeah. Have you, man, ever used that?
Dun.
Wait, let's be real. Has anyone ever used the side swipe, and the dissolve thing on PowerPoint?
course.
Yeah, it's incredible transition. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Was it the checkerboard as well?
I mean, what if, right? What if it's not Ten Hag, and then boom comes a breaking news? It's
Faz,
someone
on
else.
that note, Faz, Cam, you can react to this one. Fabrizio Romano also said, just take it as you will. I just want your reaction. Man United do not see any problem with PSG in the negotiations for Mauricio Pochettino. It's up to United.
That's good. Well, we've got choices.
Can we talk about?
I like a parrot with a drawing. I did this at school. That's good.
Put it on the
We've got
fridge.
Ten Hag already.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say. He's coming. He's joining.
You reckon? Oh, you're sold. You think it's happening? Definitely.
Yeah, there's too much noise for it not to be happening now, and I think Poch will probably go to Madrid at this point at the end of the season.
Yeah.
I think Pep didn't do himself any favors though. If he really did want Ten Hag at City, he shouldn't have said that. Because United's gonna.
Fred and Ronaldo. He's just doing his thing. He's playing his own stupid games, and we're all like, he's on a different level to anyone else on the planet. He's thinking a million miles ahead above any of us. Whatever he wants to get out of it, I don't know. We'll never find out until it's too late. But he's doing his own thing. I've given up listening to that guy ages ago.
Good option.
Hey, Cam's on smoke today, mate.
Wait, hold on. You know what's bad about Fabrizio? Yeah, if we can be honest for a few seconds, man.
He's not exclusive anymore. Let's just say the thing. He's not.
No, but it's the same news. Though, it's
yeah, he does mad stuff.
No,
he does as per KG, who said that
you know how mad it is. I was talking to me and Owen had a nice little chat the other day, yeah, and I was thinking, right, like Fabrizio's that like a joke stealer, isn't it? Like, you know,
yeah.
You're just you know what we're talking about. Talking to your friend, killed it, said a wicked joke. Yeah, no one responds the way they need to. Fabrizio, hello guys. And he just goes crazy, says the same thing, and everyone loses their mind. Like, wait a minute, though. I think it's he obviously is well connected in it, so he's always going to have his sources and stuff like that. Like he was saying the Bruno contract thing, I get that. But then the thing that I think maybe rubs people up the wrong way is the regurgitation of news that's already there. So like you could just hit retweet for the other person's thing, but then he'll do the monologue thing of like Pogba says but he said it to this person at them. Like no, but
he's just trying to it's just his thing, innit?
Just spoke about Ten Hag and Poch saying, well, Poch, you know, Ralph said rare, and the other. Like it just really sounded like Ten Hag was the man. And he goes, no, but PSG.
Do the impression again. Do it again.
I'm not doing it. I just think it's a liberty. I just think if you're that guy that, you know, you've been scouring your sources, mad phone calls, and you still don't even get the credit for breaking your news, he gets it. It's a bit nuts. That's what I'm saying.
What would you be if you was like a transfer journalist? What would you be like?
I'm gonna DM him and say, big man, chill.
You're gonna DM Romano?
I say big man, that's my news.
You just go stop. You DM and go stop stealing my punchlines. Okay.
Yeah. Nah, you got to message him and say, big man, allow it though. This is you're moving mad now. This is getting, because it's not even your news. Before, when it's just your news, no one can do anything about it. But you're really breaking my news. That's mad. But anyway,
but he's got the reach, obviously, hasn't he? So that's where the main thing comes in.
The reach is me, bruv. When the reach is me, when it reaches my tweet, don't tell me about your reach. You just read what I said. Anyway, sorry. There you go.
Yeah. Well, on that note, we've come to the end. We've come to the end
guys.
of the show. That is that is absolutely that's flown by, man. A wicked show as per usual. All the time on the Full View. That's just what it is. It's pure vibes, it's pure energy with some factual information in there somewhere if you can find it. That's just what it is. You don't know what it is. I have to say, can you lot please smash a subscribe and a like on this video, man, and a subscribe to the channel. Like I said, we are getting so close to that 99k, and then there you know it's that 1k to get, man. Hopefully we can get there before the end of the season. We're so close. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you guys do that. Flex and KG show tomorrow, actually, a little bit of a schedule change. So tomorrow, 7 p.m, Flex and KG show. So make sure you guys are in tune for that. You know what? Get your topic at us on Twitter, actually.
Yeah.
At us on Twitter. We're going to start making that show even more interactive.
Should we look at some players, Flex? Should we look at some players that we should try and sign? Like,
you're just going to do the mad FIFA thing. I don't really.
Why not
do that with you?
Yeah. I hate that whole thing when it's like, sell this person for 20, sell this person for 60, buy this person with that combined money. Yeah, because that's how football works. Yeah, that's how it works, isn't it? Life's a living FIFA game.
Thanks for shitting on the idea, Owen.
Yeah, as if it's not a good one. If it's not a good one, we won't use it. Okay, get rid of it.
Guys, we will see you all very, very soon. We are out of here. Peace.